Good afternoon, everyone. So, being in India, I think I'll start with some of my life experiences of standing in queues, right? And this goes way back to me being a child. And during those times, we used to be in the suburbs of Mumbai, and there used to be rations which used to be given. And rations used to come once in every 15 days. So our neighbor would tell us that the rations are there, and now you have to go and stand in the queue. So that was my experience where from a childhood time I've been standing in queues for one or the other service, right? And this continued when I went into college. College admission forms, right? Again, a long queue. I grew up and then entered into a profession, started air travel. Air travel again, as is expected, again queues at airports, right? And of course, recently also traveling international. And then when you do this international travel, you land at a destination after a 10-hour long flight. Again, there is a 2-hour long immigration queue. So I think queues are never ending, and this was something which I really wanted to solve. And when I joined Bangalore International Airport, that's when I got the opportunity. And this was way back in 2015 when we were asked to sort of, rethink about the passenger experience at Terminal 2 of Bangalore International Airport. And we were in a brainstorming session. And that's where I got the opportunity to see how these queues can be busted, right? Uh, and we were all asked to write a story about a unique sort of a passenger experience at the new terminal. And when this opportunity came to me, I was like, I jumped on that opportunity. And then immediately I sort of, wrote a story of a passenger's journey where passenger goes through all the touch points at the airport without him or her being stopped at any touch point, just walking through and finally reaching the boarding gate and boarding the flight. And this was like the experience which was called initially as My Face is My Boarding Pass, and has sort of taken the shape of DigiYatra, right? So it's a completely seamless, hassle-free journey. And for a change, airports actually began to think about how to sort of make the passengers' experience much more memorable. And this is the journey that I'll be discussing today. So when we started off writing this vision of DigiYatra, right, we wanted to give a delightful and memorable experience to the passengers, completely bereft of long queues, no friction, completely frictionless, contactless, and paperless. This is the vision of DigiYatra, which we sort of began to take forward. When we started thinking about this, the concept was, of course, initially mooted in 2015 during that brainstorming workshop. Once the concept was mooted, it was up to us to build a solution. And how do you build this solution? So I had to approach a lot of biometric service providers to write this whole end-to-end passenger experience through the airport. And then eventually in 2017, early 2017, we got the first proof of concept ready, and we tested it out at Bangalore Airport. When we did that, we were taking feedback of passengers. And passengers were asking us as to why there is only one set of processors. Why not scale this up across the whole airport, and why not scale it up across airports in India? And that's where we realized the true potential of this whole initiative. And then we called in the ministry. We had various regulatory authorities coming in, witnessing the whole ecosystem, how it works, and the efficiency of that. And collectively, the airports, the ministry, we all decided that this is something which has to become the new standard operating process for airports across India. And then the DigiYatra policy got sort of drafted. And after the policy was drafted, it was up to us to see how we build this ecosystem. And we went into an RFP. We were about to sort of place the order on the selected vendor when pandemic hit us. And pandemic obviously brought down travel completely. Our stakeholders were asking us to look at other ways of reducing costs. and look at how this can be still rolled out. So we went back to the drawing board again and tried to see how we can build an ecosystem again with a lesser cost and maybe lesser risk of data privacy. So this is where the whole ecosystem became a decentralized ecosystem. And this decentralized ecosystem has to be built by somebody. So we went ahead, did a national startup challenge with the help of Niti Aayog and Atal Innovation Mission. And an Indian startup eventually got the whole ecosystem built along with us. We rolled it out in December. On December 1st, we rolled out at 3 airports, Bangalore, Delhi, and Varanasi. After that, we have been continually increasing the number of airports, and today we have got 24 airports who have got the DigiYatra service, which offers the end-to-end seamless experience. Currently, DigiYatra is available for only domestic travel, and it is also going to be possible for international travel. So I'll just speak about the other aspects of the whole ecosystem. So if you look at the whole ecosystem, the way it has been built is using W3C standards. W3C standards has got a concept called as self-sovereign identity. Self-sovereign identity means, you as the holder of your data are completely empowered to sort of, control your data, to share data with relevant stakeholders, etc. And they use verifiable credentials. Verifiable credentials are nothing but your own identity details in a soft form. Everything is completely encrypted using public-private key pairs, and you have a wallet. So the DigiYatra app is a wallet basically in which all the credentials get stored. I'll explain to you also about how it is, on what platform it is built. It's built on Hyperledger Aries. We are on the latest Aries Cloud Agent on Python. And this ecosystem actually gave an impact which was really remarkable. And I am a frequent traveler myself. When I travel through airports, I look at passengers talking about DigiYatra. And there was this very memorable incident which I remember vividly. There was a kid traveling along with his mom, and they were just in front of me going through the DigiYatra process, and I followed them through the airport entry gate. And after the entry gate, the kid was telling the mom, look mama, DigiYatra se kitna aasan hai, meaning that how easy it is with DigiYatra. So this whole experience, right? And another experience was when I was in the aircraft. We have these t-shirts which has got the DigiYatra logo, and I was sitting in the aisle seat, and there was this unknown passenger who came, looked at my logo on the t-shirt and said, DigiYatra, you make our life easier. So now we have made it our tagline that, we make your life easier. So this is something which is the impact of DigiYatra. It's actually helping so many passengers save a lot of time. Instead of standing in long queues at the airport, they go through airport processes much faster, and they can have that cup of coffee or a quick bite with the time that they get using DigiYatra. Many of the events where I've attended, people have told me that at least 3 or 4 times they have not missed their flight, right? So that is something which is the impact of DigiYatra. The journey itself, right, has been a pretty longish sort of a journey from 2015 when we started to 2024 when we have nearly 24 airports which are using DigiYatra. So on the process, today's process, we use Aadhaar for your enrollment. Once you get enrolled, your eKYC data comes into the app, and then a selfie, the app prompts for a selfie. You take the selfie is matched with the Aadhaar credential, and then the credential gets created and stored in your own phone. So that's how the enrollment happens. It's a one-time enrollment. Going forward, we will also be getting enrollment using electronic passports, which will help us enable the international travel journey as well. And once you book your ticket and you have a boarding pass in hand, you can share the boarding pass directly from the PDF itself or through the app. And after that, you arrive at the airport ready to fly and go through the whole process in a seamless manner at each touch point, from the airport entry gate to security check to boarding gate. So this is the seamless journey that we are able to offer, and very soon we'll also be starting international travel. So how it has changed travel, if you were to really think about it, right? One of the aspects is the convenience that it brings. Apart from the time that it saves, the convenience aspect. And when we were actually defining a persona on which we will build this ecosystem, we looked at one lady traveler with two kids. And the experience in a manual process vis-a-vis the experience with a DigiYatra process was the difference, right? If you consider the manual process, the lady with the two kids, the two unruly kids, right? She is pushing the trolley and then managing the kids, three sets of documents, and to be shown manually, verified manually. All that is a cumbersome process. Vis-a-vis with DigiYatra, she is sitting on the sofa, sharing all the credentials. She comes to the airport ready to fly, pushing the trolley, the two kids are there, the kids go ahead of her, and then she goes through in a seamless manner. So this was the persona that we had used for defining that journey. So from an impact perspective, it brings in a great deal of convenience, apart from saving a lot of time for the passenger. It's also secure because there is no chance of a human error happening. It's completely private. It's a completely privacy by design ecosystem. It's faster, obviously. It's safer because there is no need for you to exchange any documents to anyone. And we also contribute a great deal to sustainability, because apart from avoiding the printouts of documents, which is the travel document and the identity documents, the airports themselves become much more efficient. And this efficiency leads to lesser carbon footprint, because how do you manage growing number of passenger traffic? That's only possible if you build a bigger building. But what if the airport became efficient? Then in the same footprint, they'll be able to manage more number of passengers. So from that perspective, we contribute a lot towards sustainability. One of the aspects of DigiYatra, which is a key message that we would like to give, is that we are a completely privacy by design ecosystem. We have more than 10 million user base. We have enabled more than 45 million air travels. And from 26 months, we have been doing this. However, we do not know any of you, right? We don't know any of the DigiYatris, because we do not store any of the personally identifiable information in any central repository. And that also makes it much more secure, because imagine if someone were to hack a database, right? It would be one hack, and then they would be able to get the complete data that is available, right, of all the passengers. But if it were to be done for DigiYatra, somebody will have to hack the more than 10 million smartphones of the users. So it is that difficult. So from that perspective, we take pride in saying that, we don't know our customers, but we do know their needs. And this thing about, universal conspiracy, right? And Paulo Coelho writes very vividly, right, that, when you want something badly, the universe conspires to make it happen. But then a slightly nuanced thing about this, I feel, is the universe will conspire only if you are also trying to give back something to it. So if you look at DigiYatra, if you look at the various stakeholders, you take passengers. Passengers' pain point has been taken away. It's a completely smooth, seamless journey for the passenger. The CISF security, for them, the pain of looking into various documents and then allowing a passenger in has been taken away. If you look at airports, airports have become much more efficient. If you look at airlines, similarly, their on-time performance also gets impacted. And when this happens, right, that's where you have the whole conspiracy theory, or the universal conspiracy, which happens to make you successful. All these are basically adding up and making us successful. So that's how DigiYatra, the success of DigiYatra, I can attribute to that, because many stakeholders have got a lot of wins in this whole initiative. Coming to the use of verifiable credentials, if you were to really look at verifiable credentials and the decentralized ecosystem, there is a possibility that, credentials, verifiable credentials, can be used for many other things. And today, in today's world, where data privacy is extremely important, and with the DPDPA Act also coming in very soon, the enforcement of that coming in very soon, there will be a lot of effort from various organizations to ensure data is protected, right? And how do you achieve that? So with this decentralized ecosystem, you would be able to, with zero knowledge proof, you would be able to manage, your risks of data privacy and data theft. Apart from that, so many other possibilities. So, for example, if you want to just prove that you are above 18, this could also be done in a very seamless manner, and many such possibilities. And if I sit in a different room with different set of people, based on their industry experience, we'll come up with a new use case. So that's it, and I would like to end here. Thank you very much for hearing me out.